Hey, this is Adam Torres, and I'm here to tell you that it has never been easier to start your very own podcast. At Mission Matters, our goal is to amplify stories that matter. That means we want to help you start your podcast because your story matters. We can do this in 3 different ways. 1, join our podcast school and take a free or paid course. 2, visit our resources page where we've already figured out what you need, such as where to host your podcast. Or 3, heck, we can even do everything for you through our podcast agency, including editing for cheaper than you can do in-house. Oh, and no contracts, service is month to month. Get started by heading over to missionmatters.com and click on Start a Podcast. All right, now let's get into the show.
Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Money Podcast, your source for all things money. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today is a very special book episode. What is that? That's when I bring on an author that was selected to be an author in one of our Mission Matters books, and today's guest that I have is a return guest on the show, number 1, but number 2 was just recently published in our latest edition of Mission Matters Business Leaders Edition. Michael Ralby, welcome back to the show.
Adam, thanks so much. Great to be back with you, and congratulations on all the good stuff that's going on in your world. So exciting to follow and watch.
Oh, man. Well, hey, I'm excited for what's going on your end of things, too, and we're going to get into that. But just to kick us off, I want to get into the book. We're going to talk about it. And for the listeners, by the way, we do, only so much you can do in a 10 to 15-minute episode. But that being said, we also sell books, so we wouldn't give it all to you anyway. We want you to go on Amazon and go pick up a copy. There'll be, in the show notes, the links, all that other good stuff. So, Michael, let's just kick it off. So your title for your chapter was called Crossing the Line. First off, what was the inspiration for this?
To be able to go ahead and really send off the message that there was so many times in the course of my life, my career, that I took for granted in trusting somebody and turned around and watched them do things to other people that were just not right and never, ever, ever dreamt it would happen to me. And it finally crossed the line and just went one too many times, and been one of the most valuable lessons I've ever learned. And I was so happy to be able to get it on paper.
No, that's awesome. And in the book, you go through, some of your family life. You also go through your time in the brokerage business. I mean, to me, your chapter reads as a very personal chapter, and that's not an easy thing to kind of do.
Thank you. Well, my family's everything. I got 2 boys that have just been just such great pleasure to watch them grow up and be part of their journey, and to have them have such a special place. And, so family is everything. And the ability that I was able to have such an amazing career in the financial industry for 33 years, and so many people that I did represent were such great friends, and to watch their families grow and be part of it. It was an interesting journey, but, things have shifted and pivoted into a different place now, and it's even better than it has ever been. And I pinch myself just saying it and recognizing how lucky I am to have been able to be part of that, and to be in such a great spot, to be enjoying the new place I'm in. So that's why I went personal.
Fantastic. And it comes through, by the way. So you have a whole section there, moving forward and reinventing, and that kind of brings us to what you're up to present day. I mean, tell us about some of these projects, because we don't catch up enough, but I follow you on social media. I see some of the other works that you've done out there. I'm like, man, Michael's on fire. What's going on? So tell us a little bit more about these projects you're working on.
Adam, thanks again. So I'm working on literally 3 things. I've been involved in an OTT startup, which is a Netflix type of group, for lack of a better term, and it's live, and it's for the Hispanic market. As a matter of fact, my 3 projects are the Hispanic market. People who know me well know my better half is from Colombia, so it's near and dear to me. But this OTT platform is founded by one of the founders of Vonage, and the phone group, and they're bringing live Hispanic TV over your phone or your device that you would see on Netflix the same way, but it's live and it's got all these different stations. But that project is so much fun, and I've been working on that for 7 years, and we're finally getting there. But the other two projects, and I discussed the last one, I discussed one of them on the last show, and it's gotten to where it's really starting to take off, being able to help Hispanic people in the healthcare space, primarily in the telemedicine and the diabetic area. There's a platform that we're working on that has been able to reach out. But the most interesting one, and the one that I really believe that I'm involved in, is changing the world. It was just written up in Forbes magazine last week. It's called Mere Scientific. And these two scientists have invented a urination test to test your prostate. And currently, it's done by blood work, and it's 7% accurate. And it just won the most innovative award in the world because it's 99.5% accurate. And to be able to see people who unfortunately have to battle prostate cancer, the detection of this, it's revolutionary. And to be a part of it, it's so amazing every day to wake up and see how the world is changing and the innovation. We've all been challenged so dramatically over the last 4 or 5 months, and have had to pivot, change, and do things. And, you were just describing to me the things that you've been changing, and we all have to adapt. But to see the innovation that's going on in science and all these different things, from telemedicine to tests like what Mir has got going on, is just amazing. So I'm glad to be a part of them all. I'm glad to contribute to any way I can. And that's how I spend my days, working on those three things and blocking and tackling and meeting people and doing things. It's a lot of fun, and it's really exciting. It's going to only get better and better.
Man, how do you do it all? That's a lot of projects. I'm like, I don't even know how you're doing it, especially 3 different, like, big things like that. So from streaming platform, Hispanic market, to medical, to, that's a lot of stuff you got going on. I don't know how you're doing it, Michael.
I appreciate you saying it. No, it's my roles are very focused and very, very driven on specific tasks. I'm not anywhere near shape or form in the day-to-day running of the companies or things of that nature. I just have different roles and responsibilities that I set out to do for each one of those, and just put my head down and make my phone calls or connect people together or do things that have to do with in your world with money, and it's fun. It's exciting.
No, that is fun. That is exciting. So I do have to ask, what's next? I feel like a guy like you's always got another plan or another thing going on. I see the serial entrepreneur title on your LinkedIn and everywhere else. So what's next here? And I don't mean adding projects. I just mean it could be within the projects that you're already working on or otherwise.
Well, I'm always looking at other projects, and I do go through a due diligence process to see if there's something. But right now, as we just discussed, my plate is pretty full, and I'm not looking to expand too much. I have been seeing myself and really trying to make sure that I'm positioned properly for the current economic environment and what I see things changing, and then been doing some things with that. Truly blessed, as I mentioned earlier, with my children. I've been helping my older son a little bit in his space, and he's in the real estate world, so that's been fun. But, what's next is a lot of the same. Just really have been diving deep into me. I spent so many years in helping so many other people build their financial net worth and their literacy and the whole 9 yards, that I really think that it's been a real big blessing and a lot of joy for me to take the time to just focus on me for a while. So the free time that I have, I've been able to do that, and I've been enjoying a much more relaxed life. Relaxed from the standpoint that I'm just not running around and dealing with a client base as much as it is task based. So it's the future is looking bright, and I'm very excited about that's what's next. Just a lot of focus on making me a better person.
Man, that's awesome. Well, hey, Michael, I just want to say congrats again for being chosen for the book. I'm looking forward to promoting this and to help, spread your message and your writing to as many of my audience as I can. I think they're going to get a lot from reading this, specifically your section. I mean, you go into a lot of detail on, your past and other things and lessons you've learned in life. So I think it's awesome. And again, a very personal chapter where you shared a lot of your info. So I think it's great. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Money, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Michael, thanks again for coming on the show.
Adam, as always, thank you for having me. Great to be with you.